Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 Hyundai Ioniq 6. This is the limited trim level with the extended range. It's finished off in gravity gold and the MSRP is just over $55,000. We have a lot to go over for this fully electric Hyundai, and we are going to start off with what powers this. Now, up underneath the hood, it doesn't have a traditional engine. There's a little bit of storage space and then some access to components on both sides. But this is powered by a 77.4 kilowatt lithium ion battery pack. With the long range, it gets upgraded to a dual motor system, pumping out 320 horsepower, 446 pound-feet of torque. Sent through that all-wheel drive system, this 4,600-pound sedan can do 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. And with that extended range, it has a total mileage of 270 miles and can be charged in 7.5 hours. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, to me, I see a little bit of Hyundai Tiburon, so a little bit of the old school Hyundai design, especially with the two lines that come down the hood and the bulges on both sides that lead to those LED headlights. Now, this also has a forward-facing camera, all the sensors. They're in that gloss black trim piece, so that way they are a little bit more hidden. There's a sensor down below and then active grille shutters. So both of these sides will actually open up to provide some cooling to all the components up front. And I think it has a really nice design to it. All the gloss black just makes it look very nice with that accent. Now on the side, this has a set of 20-inch wheels with that two-tone design. This also has regenerative braking to help charge this while you are out on the road. There's more gloss black in the lower side skirts. It's even on the bottom of the power folding side mirrors where there's a turn signal and the camera. There is a sunroof up top and then more gloss black surrounding all the window trim. Now this definitely has a unique shape to it, very different from other sedans on the market. And you will notice too that we have the flush door handles. So in the rear, they are popped open to gain access. Up front, they're actually nice and smooth. But I can lock the vehicle, so now all of them will be in to give it a very nice seamless look. Now in back, there's this gloss black spoiler up top, Hyundai badge, a little bit more of a spoiler down below. There's also the backup camera with the release for that power trunk and the entire LED bar that runs right through the middle. More gloss black in the lower section as well. And let's start this up real quick just to show you Hyundai's Smart Park Assist. Now you won't actually hear anything when you start it up, being a full EV, but all of the lights will illuminate just to let you know that it is on and running. From there, I can just hold on this button. You do have to be pretty close to the vehicle, but in parking lot situations, if you just can't get into your vehicle, you can use these controls to move it forwards and backwards. Now, it will not steer the vehicle, so it'll just go enough for you to get in, which is pretty cool. Comment down below if you have a vehicle that has this, and if you use it a lot. From there, we can just shut it off. We can also use the button on the side to open up the trunk or the one that is down below. Now this actually has a good bit of storage in it. You can fold down the back seats. You have a little bit of hidden storage underneath. So it's practical for a family vehicle. Then you can lock it or just use the one on the left side there to close that trunk. Now as we work our way to the interior, there's no proximity sensor on the back door handle. So just kind of get close to the vehicle somewhere and that will pop out. Now this has two-tone on the door panel with two different colors of gray. A little bit of storage. There's the release handle and some more storage down below. Now as we hop into the back, there's storage nets behind both front seats, climate vents, auxiliaries, a little bit more storage. You'll notice the entire floor is flat. So if you have 3 people in the back, you don't have one of those bulges in there, you will be very comfortable. Even at my height, I have plenty of headroom too. Now in the middle, there's the armrest with 2 cup holders, and you have a good bit of visibility. So it's pretty open feeling for your backseat passengers. Now up front, you will notice that we have a pretty simple door panel. All we have are memory seating controls and the release handle. There's no window adjustments, which I'll show here soon. Bose audio for this, even more storage. And then in the rear door handles, just like up front, there's the hidden grab handle. So just grab the armrest. You have that space to make it a grab handle. And then very nice design for the front seats. Let's start this back up though. All you will notice is over on that right side, it will light up with ready and green, and you are ready to go. Now we have the solid steering wheel. Left side, there's all the cruise control settings, your distance pacing, lane keeping assist, and then these two controls go through the gauge cluster setup. So we have a little bit of info that we can scroll through on this screen. And then we can also go over to the compass. You can look at your TPMS along with where the power is being sent. You have your distance pacing, and that is it. Now you can also go through a few different driving modes, which will also change the colors on the steering wheel. So those will light up depending on the mode that you want to be in. There's only 3 to choose from. And then on the right side, there's mode along with a favorites control, Bluetooth and voice commands, volume. This even gets paddle shifters. Now this is a single speed, so the paddle shifters are actually designed for the regenerative braking. So look in that lower left where we now have the I pedal on. So basically you can do one pedal driving and not use the brake pedal. If you go all the way to 0, you will have to use the brake pedal just in like a normal vehicle, but you can adjust that regenerative braking, which is pretty neat. Now on this left side, there's a dimmer switch. You have access to charge this to open up that cap, along with the trunk. There's traction control, e-brake, and then the side mirror controls. And then for the infotainment system, there's actually a lot to go through. So we have more of a calm screen here with a few vitals. And then you have a lot of icons that you can scroll through and get into. There's also physical buttons down below to get through the rest of this. There's the favorites, volume and tuning for the radio, and then you even have a shortcut to the camera system. Now, in order to put this into reverse without using that stalk is located over on this right side. So twist it forwards with your foot on the brake, you are in drive, twist it backwards or counterclockwise, and now you are in reverse. You also have access to the 360 camera system for additional visibility, and then park is on the end of that stalk. Now there's also the climate adjustments located down below and shortcuts to the heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and a few other controls laid out very nicely down below. There's also wireless charging with some more storage, 2 cup holders, a lot more storage underneath, so you can place in some bigger items. And then here are the window controls. There's lock and unlock and auto hold too. A little bit of storage in front of the armrest where there's also some auxiliaries, and then plenty of storage in the glove box. There's also more of those squares that run throughout this entire theme. And then up top, garage door buttons, all the dome lights and controls for that sunshade and sunroof. They are both power operated. And then plenty of visibility over both shoulders. We're back in sport mode. Here we go. And just like that, we're up to speed. And it gives you a little bit of a headache with those G's, especially since I've been doing it multiple times for today's review. But this is a quick car. From a Hyundai, you get a 0 to 60 time just over 4 seconds, 4,600 pound sedan. Pretty impressive numbers to see. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel. And I didn't mention earlier, hopefully you were able to tell, with the turn signal on, Hyundai and Kia are the only companies that give you that additional camera system for better visibility. It will especially help on right turns, so if you have curbs or anything on that side, you can see additional areas over on that right side. But in general, even out on the highway, merging in traffic, it gives you additional visibility, which is great. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for this Hyundai. From the exterior, it has a unique design to it. From the interior, it looks more like a normal Hyundai, I will say. Steering wheel has a little bit different design to it, but it's nice. I like the technology features that are available, and it's definitely comfortable. Very nice, especially with these seats, all of the materials. We have some really cool trim accents as well. I wouldn't say there's anything cheap about this car. For its price tag, everything seems to be very, very nice. So I'm impressed with this Hyundai. Hyundai and Kia have really stepped up their cars in the last several years. So if you're looking for something that is going to be pretty reliable, has a really great warranty as well, definitely look into a Hyundai and a Kia for this full EV. A lot of EVs are getting quite expensive. Now, I won't say that $55,000 is cheap. It's definitely, I'd say, kind of in the middle though. Like I mentioned earlier, if you want to go with a lower trim level, you can be probably around $40,000 or so, just depending on what you get. But for even the fully loaded top trim level here, around $55,000, doesn't seem all that bad, especially when you compare it to some of the other competitors and what's available. You get a lot of features from this that are standard, which is great to see. And I think that's going to wrap it up for the 2024 Hyundai Ioniq 6. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.